Special thanks to Seasonic for providing a power supply used in today's Ryzen system for testing. They are actually working with us to give away one of these Focus Gold 850 watt fully modular power supplies. 850 watts with a super nice black sleeve cable kit and the reliability of the Seasonic name, you have a chance to win a really awesome power supply here for your next build. Be sure to hit the Gleam link down below to get entered and win one today.
Ryzen 3 hit the market a few months back and has proven to be a great entry-level platform for PCs with a great upgrade path. One thing got me thinking, however, how much better is the Ryzen 3 1200 out of the box compared to something like the i5 2400? Yes, obviously it is going to be faster. I would sure hope so in a comparison between a CPU that is a few months old versus one that is 6 years old. But what about the amount of FPS you get for your dollar? Could the i5 2400 with a motherboard and RAM combo outperform a similar combo featuring a Ryzen 3 1200 as the best performing combo for the money? Well, I expect to figure that out today by throwing together a couple of combos and see what we can expect in terms of performance and calculate those numbers up against their cost. First up, the combo that I was able to obtain featuring an i5 2400, ASUS motherboard, and 8GB of RAM cost me roughly $150 at the time of purchase. Prices do vary since this is the used hardware market that we're talking about, but that price point is really not super hard to achieve, and just browsing on eBay for a few hours actually yielded the same results, and I could easily find a deal that was around the same if not cheaper. As for a Ryzen 3 system, you could go super budget with an A320 motherboard, 8GB of RAM, and the Ryzen 3 1200, but you're definitely not going to be getting away as cheap as the i5 2400 combo, especially with how RAM prices are nowadays, and this bundle coming in at $262. Now this is just accounting for current pricing. Things go up and down, so you have to keep that in mind with this testing and based on the time that you are hunting. And based on the time that you're watching this video, along with your all's abilities to hunt for better deals. But for the sake of this video, I'm just going to round to a total of $100 difference to see if the i5 2400 system can even keep up with the Ryzen 3 1200 and try to see if that $100 price hike is actually worth it. The games we're going to be testing are as follows: CSGO, Doom, PUBG, and The Witcher 3, all tested at a mixture of settings at 1080p based on the game that we're playing, and both are paired with the GTX 1050 2GB card from Gigabyte. So, how about we just jump into those benchmarks, shall we? So from these results, you can tell a few things. I noticed that the i5 2400 in some cases really was not that far behind. In CSGO, the numbers were pretty much the same, which kind of threw me off for a little bit, until I did some research and realized how much CSGO loves clock speeds. And since I ran the Ryzen processor at its stock clock of 3 GHz, it made more sense. But But in games like Doom and PUBG, you start to see how the 1200 has more horsepower to pull ahead by 10 FPS or more in most cases, and with much more stable and higher 1 and 0.1% lows. And throw in overclocking into the mix and you can see much bigger gains on the Ryzen front. But doing straight up benchmarking of these two wasn't really the point of this video. What about the performance for your dollar? So what I did was take the FPS in all the games with the i5-2400 and the Ryzen 3 and divide it by the cost for the platform as a whole. $150 for the i5 and $262 for the Ryzen based system. And well, the i5 wins in every single game, which is not surprising to me to say the least, because the i5-2400 is saving you $100 roughly, if not more, if you get an even better combo deal using better used hardware. The thing is, used hardware is really always going to be the FPS per dollar king. Now this is an important piece of information for those who are on a budget and want to just get in and game now, but don't take this as the Ryzen 3 1200 being a bad value. It is definitely not. I do pin most of the issues on this newer platform on RAM prices. They're just ridiculous, with 8GB of RAM going around $90 now. It's crazy, but there should be change coming up in the following year, which I actually made a dedicated video on. If you hit the eye in the top right corner, you can check that video out. But in summary, this video was created out of pure curiosity to see if for some reason the Ryzen 3 1200 totally ruined the value that the i5-2400 brung, which it certainly didn't from testing. My still go-to recommendation for those on a tight budget and are willing to go used is to pick up a Dell Optiplex tower with an i5-2400, maybe 8GB of RAM, and slap something like a GTX 1050 or 1050 Ti in there that requires no extra power, and you have yourself a very capable gaming rig. But anyways, I would love to hear from you all. What do you think of the i5-2400 versus the Ryzen 3? Which one would you go for if you're on a very tight budget? It is the upgrade path thing that really limits the i5-2400 in my eye, but it's still something I would love to hear from you all and read all your comments down below. And while you're commenting, include the word quad core to let me know that you made it this far in the video. And that about wraps this video up here, guys. If you like this video, leave a like down below and check the description for links and all that sort of stuff. If you aren't already, hit that subscribe button if you feel inclined to do so. And be sure to enter that giveaway in the description down below for that Seasonic power supply. It's a really good value, 850 watts, 80 plus gold, and you can win it for free. Definitely check it out. I hope to see you on the next one, guys. Peace out.